Back on the Menai. I'm with my mate, Johnny P today. Travelling light, just a rucksack and a few bits. It's about 2 hours before I now. The water's running from left to right. Last time we was here, the current was horrendous when it started dropping and it come from right to left. It doesn't look that bad now. So what I'm going to do is get the rod set up and I'll let you know how we go. We just got one rod each and we're going to just fish big fishy baits just up off the bottom on some type of pulley or flapper rig or something with big hooks and big baits. We're here for congers and bullocks. We're not here for anything smaller really, any other species. If we catch anything else, it's a bonus. You know, we're just chucking a big bait in a big fishy bait. So this is what's going in. It's no little bait, it's a massive hook with half a mackerel. We've got a three-way swivel there with an 80-pound hook length coming off. The lead is on about a 3.5, 4 foot section, so it keeps the bait off the bottom. So what will happen, the lead will sit on the bottom like that, and the bait will be drifting off the bottom, keeps it away from crabs and snags. It worked last time here, I had that double figure huss. So yeah, let's get it in and see what happens. We could be wiped out by current, we could be nailed by weed, we could get snagged every time, which we were expecting. But we just want to fish. We only want one fish, that'll do. It only takes one bite, so let's get this bad boy out and hope for a fish. There's a bite, yeah, but it's snagged. There's a fish on here. There's a fish on, but it's snagged. You feel the fish? Well, that was weird. I've been watching little bites and taps, and then it went properly, and then slacked and went, and I've hit it. And it's in a snag, but as I'm holding the rod in the snag, I can feel it moving, I can feel pulling. As it stands, I've had one cast, I had a bite, and it was in a snag. It felt like a fish, but it's snagged. Palfrey's had one cast, straight in a snag, snapped, and as you can see, his rod's folded up there now, that's enough for him. So this is the third one coming in. So far it's been 2 casts, 2 snags.
Palfrey's a jacket.
So we're hoping at least this one comes in. That's 3 out of 3 snags. I ain't giving up though. I'm having a fish from here.
Oh, felt that.
What?
Snag 1, snag 2.
What? What's it? It's coming in, whatever it is. Oh, it's just come through. I feel like it, I don't know what. In a nutshell, having an absolute nightmare. But the rotten bottom with the lead keeping the bite off the bottom. At least every time I'm getting my hook back and the rig, so I'm not leaving a bait in the water with the hook on. Palfrey's not fishing on his rod. It's slack current now, there's no current at all, slack water. I'm going to free line a mackerel on a big hook and just send it and set the clutch and hope for something big to take off with it. So before I do, look at this for a sunset. It's absolutely stunning. Look down that way. That's special, that, isn't it? So all as I'm going to put on this spare rod is just a big hook, lip hook a mackerel and just send it. Set the clutch and leave it. You knows. Everybody who knows me knows I do stuff different. Not saying it's going to work. I'm an absolute noddy and a beginner, but I just like to try and do crazy things. All this is an absolute chancer. Just a massive hook on a full mackerel, which I'm going to launch out on the right rod and set the clutch. I'm not really expecting nothing, to be honest, but there's a rod sat there doing nothing, so why not at the same time, eh? Go on then.
Just crossed the line.
Right, full mackerel's in. Imagine if that one goes now.
Oh, now look.
That could be 4 casts, 4 snags, and still not giving up. I'd like to point out that I'm using the rig here with a rotten bottom, which means I have a lighter piece of line from the hook link to the lead. So every time it gets snagged, it's just the lead that's being lost. I'm not leaving any baits in the water with hooks in. It's a fish-friendly way of fishing snags. I've got pike all over it. 4 casts and 4 snags. 4 snap-offs. That's bad, isn't it? It's gone proper calm now. It was slack before, but this is like, looks like a lake now. So I'm going to check that mackerel, the free line full mackerel, see what's going on there. I reckon it's been crabbed out, but we'll have a look. I wonder if it'll be snagged. Five out of 5. Oh, it's out actually, that is. I mean, come on. I'm still going to send it back out and go again, though. It's a big piece of kelp, isn't it? There you go. Just send that big mackerel back out. At least no crabs have had it. The hook sharp. To be honest, that one come back. I've just found a bit of a clean spot over there. Well, I say a clean spot. It never got snagged. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm happy that I've just got my lead and bait back and I've not been snagged. That tells you how bad the session's going. When you're happy, you just got your gear back. But yeah, I think a lot of the big rocks around here, so when I'm sending it down that way, it's clear. So, if anything, I've found out for next time that fish down that way a bit more. It's all about learning the mark, isn't it? Getting to know it. It is really snaggy, but I think if I cast down that way and fish from here, I might be alright from now on. I've just had an occurrence on the free line mackerel. It wasn't a lot, but it was like, nyeh, nyeh. I do think that might go. Right then, the current started turning, snagging from that way to that way, which isn't ideal because I know that it can absolutely gush through here. So it could be game over very soon. And here comes the train. Right on cue as I'm talking. But isn't it a beautiful view, look? This is when you want a bike now with the train in the background and everything. You just want it to go ding ding. Didn't happen. But yeah, it's just started turning. I'll fish it for a little bit longer, but I've got a feeling the current's going to start smashing through soon. But, you know, I'll give it a good go. It's been a nightmare, to be fair. Oh my god, look at the size of that lobster. Quick, get the net.
Get that in, get that in.
Get the net, get the drop net. Massive lobster. Go on, get the drop net. Get that lobster quick. Just keep lifting, just keep lifting. Please, come on, come on, come on.
Mate, bring him back, bring him back.
Go on, mate, get him in.
Come on. That's lovely, that.
Yes! That's a result, that is. That's an absolute unit of a lobster. Look at the size of that.
Yeah.
Up. He's absolutely massive. Yeah, boy. Happy with that, mate?
I'm buzzing with that.
Look at that. That'll do us that well.
Boys.
Free line mackerel. And that is what a free line mackerel does. It's a cracking lobster, that proper. Like I say, it's not even worth measuring. It's well and truly within the size that it's a unit. Pelfrey's happy because he'll be eating that. And it saves the blank from me. I'll take that. It was a bit of a surprise, not really what we was after at all. But the free line mackerel done it. Right, I'm gonna have a couple more casts. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? At least there's something for the video, even though it ain't really a proper fish, but it's a video. So yeah, moral of the story is, you don't matter how many times you get snagged, take your leads off and free line a mackerel. It will happen. Right, happy days, the 2 casts. That rod's just come back in again, so the 2 casts I've had down to the left there, there's no snags or weed. There's no fish either because I had a bite, but but at least it's fishing and the crabs aren't having it, so it feels deep as well. So I'm gonna have another cast or 2 there. The 3-line mackerel's got to come in now because the current's picked right up, and I casted it over there. Now it's somewhere on top in the margin down there, fluttering like that on the surface. So old mackerel face has got to come in now. But yeah, I'll give it a couple more casts. There could be chance of something here, but I'll take that lobster. I will. At least there's something, eh? Because the spot's clear and flowing that way, I'm using a running lead. Obviously, the lead will be on the bottom, and I'm casting downstream. So this lead will be on the bottom, and the bait will be just drifting away. So everything will be set out nice. So you'll have line, lead, and bait. I've had no issues with crabs all night, and I know the bottom's decent there. So I'm pretty confident it'll be fishing. Like if there's going to be a bite, I'll put it within the next cast or 2. But yeah, fingers crossed, yeah? Fingers crossed. No! 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 Oh! No! No, that's an 80-pound leader. It's been completely bit off, whatever that bite was. Wow. That was a cracking bite as well. It's a bit clean off, look. It's 80-pound leader, good leader. I've never had that happen. And that is a way to end a video. Wow. I'll be back.